So as Dr. Franco said, my name is Holly Haggerty and I am the president of Cloud9 Learning. Cloud9 Learning is an educational company with the purpose of creating online products that are engaging and fun and relevant for teachers, parents, and most importantly, for children. Now, why the name Cloud9? Well, the definition of Cloud9 at dictionary.com is a state of perfect happiness. And research shows us that students that are relaxed and happy learn better. That goes for children and adults. The other thing is our product is in the cloud. It's a game and it's online, so cloud fits very well with that. The next thing is clouds are just awesome. Would you agree? Clouds are flexible, they move, they change, just as we as educators must do with our students. I'm the mother of 4 children, and I can tell you that even kids who've all grown up in the same environment, they all have different needs. And we have to adjust and we have to change, just like a cloud, in order to meet those needs. So I've been really fortunate because I've had the opportunity to work with over 10,000 students through No Child Left Behind and through my center, overseeing their tutoring, training tutors, and helping them to come up to grade level. We typically got a grade level of improvement in targeted skills in about 30 hours through the programs that I've run. And I can tell you that almost without exception, the thing that we've done to help children get up to speed is go back to earlier skills. So rather, if they're struggling with algebra, we'll go back to fractions. Oftentimes that's where the problem lies. If they're studying with comprehension, sometimes they're just not able to read the word. And we've had really huge success with this. And I'm excited with Cloud9 Learning because it is an online program and it will allow us to scale. And when you think about the problems that we have and how many kids need help reading, we want something that's very scalable. So there is a statistical fact that has gotten me up for 20 years every morning, and that is that if students are behind in first grade, there's almost a 90% likelihood that they're going to stay behind for the rest of their career. And if you are behind in 4th grade, you have 4 times more likelihood of dropping out of high school. So these are very compelling things. And for me, I've worked with lots and lots of kids, and when I look into their eyes and I think about, wow, if I can just help them now, if I can help them be successful now, if I can motivate them now to love reading, that is going to impact them for the rest of their life. And so it's really inspiring, and I'm looking forward to taking that number from 10,000 to 10 million, because online you can definitely do it. So as part of this, I've actually developed this beginning reading curriculum that will be online. I've totally developed preschool and kindergarten. I've got the scope and sequence done for 1st and 2nd grade, and right now I'm in the process of finding a developer. So that'll be programmers that will illustrate, who will do the games, make it addictive in a good way so that kids want to play it. And we're going to need feedback from parents and from teachers and from kids. So I definitely want to hear from you. And I definitely would love your feedback in terms of what you think would be good in a program like this. And if you're interested in participating in our beta test, just let me know. We'd be really excited to have you. At the very end of this presentation, I will be handing out, my daughter will actually be handing out a survey. And if you want to participate in that, we'd love to have you participate in that. So today you've been challenging assumptions, and maybe all week.
Yes, but we've analyzed historical timelines for education, and we've debated on whether education is obsolete and should be scrapped or remodeled. And then today we talked about ways, given what we have, to challenge the assumptions and gain instructional advantage.
Super.
So that's where we're moving.
That's super. You are so lucky to be going to this university and to have this professor, because I will tell you, it is not always that way, where teachers are asked to challenge assumptions. And I know, because my parents were both public school teachers, and I know oftentimes they're asked not to challenge assumptions. So the fact that you are is fantastic, and it's a real pleasure to be here and be part of this. Challenging assumptions is not always easy, and history has shown us that although this is really one of the most important things that we can do that we can teach our students to do, that society needs to do, it is a really difficult thing to do. I've got pictures of 3 people here. This one is Galileo. He challenged the assumption that Earth was the center of the universe, and he spent the last 8 years of his life on house arrest. This is Marie Curie. She challenged the assumption that the atom was stable when she basically said that there was radioactivity, and she was chastised by the male-dominated scientific community of her time. That's Alexander Graham Bell, and he met a lot of resistance from his benefactor who wanted him to continue to work on the telegraph. And thank gosh, he didn't just continue working on the telegraph, and he persisted on developing the telephone, or all of us here would know Morse code. But in spite of the fact that evidence was on their side, especially with Galileo and Marie Curie, they had really hard evidence. They were still met with quite a lot of resistance, and there were some significant assumptions that they had to face. In my own business and life, I've challenged a lot of assumptions, far too many to actually discuss here. However, I have picked out two of them that I'm going to talk about today. But before I do that, what I'd like to do is I'd like to find out some of the assumptions that you're challenging. And I didn't realize you were going to be this far along, that you would already have businesses, but I'm very interested, if you don't mind just going and just giving me maybe the 2 minute spiel of what your business is, and maybe just a sample of what you're looking at right now in terms of the assumptions that you're challenging.
Our business is a monthly subscription box for teachers, and inside the subscription box is an integrated lesson plan with resources and materials for them to use throughout the month.
Oh, wonderful. That's terrific.
Ours is, we are trying to get students more involved in the community, so we feel that we are confined to the walls of our classrooms. So we've designed a program where we are working with businesses in our community where we can teach life skills and take these children in classrooms to these places and teach them things beyond just basic math and science, but more of life skills and learning how to eat healthy or balance a checkbook, things like that.
Oh, super. Wonderful. Anybody else willing to share? Yes.
Our company designs programs and curriculum for schools to address their social justice issues, and we would focus it on the specific needs of each school.
Oh, wonderful. That's great. That's terrific. Good. Anybody else? All right. Well, if no one else wants to share right now, you have 2 more opportunities to share. So I'll talk to you about the assumptions that I am addressing.